Having reached the northern tip of the island, it was time for the vagabond to begin the journey back to Auckland, this time following the west coast. Now strengthened by all the experience he had gained, the return journey felt far less demanding than the outward one. While it had taken him nearly a month to reach the tip of the island, it only took about 10 days to make his way back to Auckland. Upon arriving in Auckland, the vagabond had a clear and precise plan: settle down for a few days, recover his strength, and get back on the road as quickly as possible. Every extra day in the city meant unnecessary expenses, and he couldn't afford that. But things didn't go as planned. Very quickly, he found a hostel full of French travelers. After a month of solitude and limited conversations, the temptation was too strong. The vagabond let himself be carried away. One day turned into 2, then into a week. In the end, he stayed in the city for 2 weeks. Then one day, he felt ready to leave again. Determined, he said goodbye to his friends, packed his belongings, and got back on his bike. Destination: the south of the island. Barely had he left the city when trouble began. He hadn't even made it out of the suburbs when one of his bike tires went flat. Impossible to continue. He had no spare inner tube, and the nearest bike shop was 10 kilometers away. Once again, he was stuck. And once again, he was saved. This time, it was a Filipino family who reached out a helping hand. They helped him carry his belongings, then accompanied him to a bike shop to buy a new inner tube. After the purchase, they helped him repair the bike, taking the time to make sure everything was working properly. After the incident, he had expected a difficult and chaotic day, but it turned out to be one of the most enjoyable days of his journey. He spent the day at their place. They introduced him to Filipino food, and it was absolutely delicious.
Hi! That's it!
Later, karaoke took over, and they sang together until the evening.
French rap. The French.
Persiladas kami dalawa, eh?
It says do it. Yeah, they will sing together. We will sing together. You will sing together. Okay. Hello.
Ipang-ibig ko sa tuwing nakikita ko. Big tayo, shout out, taga Nueva Ecija. Ang puso ko'y nagdudugo at lagi na lang pinagseselosan siya. Bakit pa siya nalito?
The next day, rested, and with his bike repaired, he got back on the road. Grateful for this unexpected pause, and aware that this day would remain a lasting memory of his journey. After leaving Auckland, his way of traveling slowly began to change. He had wanted a solitary journey and had spent the first month of his trip alone, with only his thoughts and vast, silent horizons for company. He began to doubt his desire to continue down that path. After spending 2 weeks meeting so many different people, opening himself back up to others, and experiencing unexpected moments, it seemed difficult, if not impossible, to return to a purely solitary journey. Traveling also meant opening oneself to others and to the surprises the road could bring. And so, a new chapter of his journey began, one where encounters and exchanges took center stage.
Have you seen a dairy shed before?
No,
Where
never.
they get milk? Yeah, I'll be going back to milking this afternoon. If you are around, you're welcome to come. And then the cups will have suction in them.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the cow will go on, you push the button, put the cups on them, and all the milk goes in here
Okay.
to here. That's a fertilizer spreader,
Yeah.
so that, puts goodness into our grass. We just take that on the back of the tractor and spread that around.
Petite crevaison au milieu de la forêt, genre je suis en plein milieu d'une forêt à 50 km de la ville vers là-bas, et là-bas je crois que j'ai 80 km, genre vraiment je suis au milieu de nulle part. Heureusement qu'en quittant Auckland j'ai crevé, du coup j'ai pu acheter des trucs de rechange là, des chambres à air de rechange. En fait heureusement que j'ai crevé à Auckland parce que sinon là j'aurais été dans la merde. Voilà. C'est le printemps normalement. Normalement il doit commencer à faire beau dans ce pays. Ça fait 1 mois j'attends le beau temps. Toujours rien. Il fait froid tous les matins, c'est n'importe quoi.
Unfortunately, after a while, the vagabond began to grow tired of cycling. Maybe it was too difficult for him, or maybe he was just too lazy to keep going. Probably a bit of both. In any case, he decided to stop cycling and go join some friends he had met in Auckland.
It is like a photograph taken.
Yeah.
Hey Rob, what's that?
Legal unpredictable. Hostile to the line, they got the insulated came to their feet and headed all of a sudden a moment of isolation as it was there for that guy. Good work over the ball. Wrong reserve the ball. And France, they will relieve the pressure.
GoPro just like this, and after you keep on your phone, it's good. Like.
Yeah. Do you put the GoPro in the bike sometimes too?
I try, but it's shaking too much. So the camera
Not surprised.
yeah, that's it.
Upon arriving in Wellington, the southernmost city of the North Island, the vagabond had to make a choice: continue his journey in New Zealand and cross the South Island, or change plans and go somewhere else. The problem was that since the middle of his trip, he had been experiencing recurring pain in his right knee. The country's terrain had finally taken its toll, and he knew the South would be even tougher. On top of that, his bank account was running lower and lower, and he wasn't sure he would find work in the South Island. Besides, deep down, he was getting a little tired. He had been in this country for over 2 months, and he wanted a change of scenery. And so he decided to leave New Zealand. It was time to go to Australia.